Now we've got our first drawing completed, and we're going to move on to the next portion, which is doing our second drawing. So I'm going to take my drawings and I'm just going to unclip them. And I'm going to take page number 2. I'm going to lay it over top. Again, tap, 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 get these pages lined up, clip, and clip. Clip them together. Now, if you're working with a dark drawing implement like I am, you can actually see your character through the page fairly easily. But we're going to be doing something called flipping, where we lift our page and flip to see the drawing underneath so we can sort of check what's going on. Now, I'm going to do very faintly just a drawing around the shape of my initial pose here, just to sort of show the form that he's taking. And I'm going to do an anticipation. I want this character to leap forward. So an anticipation in animation is the idea that we're communicating to our audience, hey, something's about to happen, you want to pay attention. And so in this case, I'm going to have the character jumping up and forward a little bit. So my anticipation is going to go in the opposite direction. He's going to gather up some energy, crouch down, and then leap off. And then the other principle that I'm going to be thinking about is a principle called squash and stretch. So this pose is an anticipation, but we're also going to do squash. So I'm going to take this character and I'm going to crouch him down and I'm going to compress him and maintain volume while I do it. So I'm going to go like this and take this form that I had earlier and just do a version of it where he crouches back. Then his head comes down here like this. Maybe that arm comes out like this. I don't want his legs to get too long. Got to stay on model here. Let's see here. I'm just holding my page and flipping. And I'm going to flip with my other hand so you can sort of see what I'm doing. I think I'll maybe take this foot, slide it back a bit. Maybe something like that where maybe I'll have him also stepping back a little bit. Yeah, I'm not going to trouble myself to erase. I'll just darken the lines. Do this, something like that. Now your drawings may get quite messy, but don't worry. As you start to figure it out, just darken some of those lines to say, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm going to keep that, and I'm going to keep this foot here. That. I want to maintain a good sense of balance. I'm going to bring the head more here like this. I'm going to check that I stay on model, that the size of the character's head is consistent. Down. You can see me doing these faint lines, these construction lines that help me anchor the features of my character consistently so that the nose, the eyes stay in center, though you can see I'm drifting a little bit off model. See how this guy's face was sort of round, he's sort of more tall, more angular, whereas his face is getting a little bottom heavy there. So narrow that down a little bit like that. Why's this one here? Face down, there's that eye there and that eye there. There's that ear, that hair. That. Checking the length of that arm. Check that belt. Legs. Sort of getting a little wider, but they're squashing down. Another principle of animation, line of action. Although line of action is sort of a sub-principle of solid drawing or posing. In 3D animation, we refer to it as posing. Squashing my character down. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. There we go. So in the next segment, we're going to do our third drawing, and we're going to continue the action.